Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Yes, I look a little bit disheveled. I have just come out of the shower. However, I'm working on a cool project and I want to show you because I've been talking about this in my recent video. I want you guys to know that I'm working on it. It's happening. It is happening. Okay, so I am building the news agent, which is technically it's an old build of 2 Queer Eye and 1 Seinfeld sets. Now I have 1 Queer Eye set, but I've broken it apart ages ago, and like some of the parts are already like reused in other MOCs anyway. So I'm just kind of building it with whatever parts I have. I have though bought 1 Seinfeld set because I found a used one for £30. These sets never sold super well, so you can find like pretty decent deals on them because they went on discount in a lot of places towards the end of their life, and honestly it's making this build really fun. It looks really good. The instructions are a little bit pricey, but they look really good. So far I've followed a little bit of them and they are really well made. As you can see, I've already made a few changes to like the original design, but I'm having loads of fun. I'm building a modular. It is to replace the jazz cafe that currently sits in my city. I have sold it to Alan because I don't really like it anymore. It didn't feel right. I felt this news agency building was a good look to kind of blend into the more fancy part of town. So I'm hoping that once I put it in place, it's gonna look really nice. So let me show you. So it's gonna sit there instead of what we have currently. That needs to be shipped to Alan in some way. I don't know how to do it yet. I've been putting it off. I was originally maybe going to see if I could use some of the office stuff in this build, but I may not. I haven't decided yet how many of the interiors I'm going to build. I'm going to go with the floors in a medium nougat though, that they do in the instructions, and we'll see what I'm going to do with this because I still think I wanted to have this as a MOC next to the brick bank, and I haven't quite decided if I'm going to build my own or anything like that. I think I'm going to have a cycle path instead of a road. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do in front of here because it's all a work in progress, as you can see. Oh my goodness, I did it! Okay, I started with the bottom floor. I've actually, as you can see, taken the reception away, and I've been trying to kind of keep the same feel. So I haven't tiled the floor, but I feel like it's sort of a similar feel to the original set. It's obviously super small, but like I kind of think it works. And this is obviously like a pillar in the middle of the building. We've got the reception, and we still have like a waiting area with that really big sort of painting. Got some random stuff on the wall. I think it looks alright. I think it's a really nice start. It's very fancy from the outside, much more fancy than the other one, with like these metallic silver bricks here because I wanted a bit fancier. Obviously I'm missing all my 1x3 tiles in sand blue, but I'll buy those. I think I may change the front door. I just think because of the whole new building situation, I think it needs a new front door. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make this one higher or what I'm going to do yet with the sort of next floors. But the next floor I want to be like an office floor and a meeting room floor, and then the floor above that I want to be the manager's office, which is the perfect size. Look, the perfect size. It's very exciting to me. And then also more offices. So there's going to be a lot of work to be done, but I have to decide how to make the next floor first. Also, it's going to sit here next to the bank, so that's what I've built it for, just to integrate really smoothly next to the bank. Obviously you can see it sits a bit lower, and I'm wondering if I should make it taller, sort of like the first floor, and if it's going to feel too squat. So that's my floor that I'm going to add to here. It's going to be sort of like the like experiment if it's gonna look good or not, because obviously this is a really big floor, as you can see, which is way bigger than what I have there, but that will be an experiment. Here we go, we've got the beginnings done. I've been playing around with like the roof detailing for a really long time. I think it blends in really well. It looks like, obviously it's gonna look even nicer when like the whole alcove has this setback area has tiles and a light and everything, but I'm really pleased with it. I think it's kind of shaping up really well. Alright, still working on this. Honestly, sometimes I forget how long it takes to MOC things. These are just placeholders. I like the shape, but I don't know if I can get the colour that I want. This obviously doesn't fit because the window's in the way, but I kind of like the shape of it, so I may see if I can do something about it. It's a lot of testing. Pretty happy with the progress. I think it's starting to look really good. Obviously I need some of these dark bluish grey clip bricks in light bluish grey, and I need these 2 pillars in dark bluish grey as well, so they match. But I think it both blends in but also stands out, so which is kind of like exactly what I was going for. Like it looks like it's from the same place, it's just you know, a bit different. So I think in hindsight I wish I'd set it back one more stud. For now it's just like this. I don't think it matters too much. I think it's just slightly nicer, a little bit further in. Yeah, so now the last floor really. I don't know if I'm going to do that today, but we'll have to see. Another day, another mock session. Got some offices in here. We've got the main office. I really wanted to keep this office sort of like intact as per the original set. As you can see, I started to run out of bricks, so this is now grey. I'm hopefully going to change that to sand green. That would be much nicer. It's kind of interesting looking. It's going to be much nicer when I have the actual right colours, like all the dark bluish grey accessories and like the lights and everything. But yeah, I also end up adding these instead of windows. I have window panes, so I may change them, but on this floor there is kind of like a lot of desks against those windows, and I thought it'd be nice if I just were to do these caps, but I don't know if it jars too much, so I may change that eventually. Hi, it's probably about like a month and a half later to like the last clip that I filmed. Chaos is currently reigning in the city, in this room. It's 3 weekends until the Steam event, like the Great Western Book Show in Swindon, and honestly this room is just the only thing that can happen here is medieval mock. Every surface is covered by it. The city has had to go completely on hold. Not only the mock update has kind of stopped, but also like the progress in the actual building that I actually talked about at the start of this video, which there will be a separate video about it, I promise. It's just I've just got distracted so many times. However, I did finish my office mock and I'm actually pretty happy with it. I haven't added lights yet or anything, but that is definitely a project for the future. I just kind of wanted to show you because it kind of came out all right. It's a random Monday afternoon. I'm in my work clothes. I need to do something about my hair, which has been in a bun all day and it looks horrific. Just bearing in mind, I obviously have no office knowledge. This is just because I really kind of just wanted to add an office. It wasn't anything to do with the show, and I really like the interiors of that set, so I've used that for this mock. And this is the final result. Ta-da! So I'm actually really quite happy with it. It's quite big, like it's substantial enough. I think it looks really nice. I've kept the white panes on the second floor because if I was a minifigure and I was working at the desk, I really would not want people to be able to look up into my crotch. It just wouldn't really be very appropriate. So I kept the window panes. It just made more sense. The top roof design is based off the European Jazz Cafe. That set uses a very similar design. So the roof ended up kind of looking like this. I added the chicken because sometimes you have to just add random things, okay? Only thing that is slightly awkward with this mock is like I can take the roof off really easily, like that works really well. The connection between like this floor and that floor is not perfect, so you can't really easily take them off because the pillars are attached to each other. I thought about it, but also at the same time I needed a way to kind of keep them really sturdy against the building and not like flopping about. So at the moment that's not the best connection. So as you can see, if you just kind of like tilt it forward off like that, it works out, but it's not ideal. Okay, so I basically thought I'd take it outside because it's way easier to see. We've got the finished mock. Inside, I tried to really keep sort of the feel of the original office set because that was kind of really important to me, and it came with so many amazing details anyway that it was kind of really easy to do. You kind of gave me into an entire modular's worth of detail, and I really had to squish more in. I had more stuff I could have put in. I had like sofas left over and things like that. So yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. I think it looks really nice. I'm really happy with it, and my sort of challenge to myself really was I wanted it to look really detailed. So I've designed a few models before where the facade ended up feeling a little bit flat, and I wanted to kind of challenge myself to play with depth and sort of like interest as much as possible. And because it's sort of sitting in the old quarter, I really wanted to keep in keeping with that style. So it was a really interesting challenge, and I did most of this off camera kind of in the time that I was taking like a proper break from YouTube, so a little while ago. But I still really wanted to share with you because I'm quite proud of it. So here it is. This is what I made. Alrighty, thank you so very much for watching. Sorry for looking such a mess, but I just really wanted to share this video with you. It's been sitting in my like half edited video such a long time, and it just really deserved to be saved from that. So here it is. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more mocks, more medieval updates, which are coming your way really soon. Have a lovely rest of your day. Goodbye!